Hi everyone. Let's talk budget-friendly multi-purpose rack versus budget-friendly single-purpose rack versus low-tier cost-wise multi-purpose commercial rack and costs and versatility. So let's start with the animal plastics rack. This is a 10 tier animal plastics rack. It is the standard combo rack that uses the iris tubs, and it roughly costs $500, $550 shipped. Plus, you have to buy your tubs. We'll get into that later. This is a single purpose built rack that is specifically just to hold the bull snakes. It holds no other purpose. It holds the 52 quart, 52 quart hefty underbed tubs perfectly. Two of them, while it looks like it holds 8 or 9, sorry, it actually holds 8 because this one here isn't actually attached. They don't give you enough posts to properly set these posts in like the bottom 8 are. That being said, this is probably going to be a project to modify over the winter because my usual full tape that sticks to everything doesn't stick to this plastic, so we're going to mechanically fix this. And then this moves on to the budget-friendly wire rack. Now, this rack can hold 18 32 quart tubs. That's 9 tall, one on each side. It can hold probably 7 per of the 7 quart tubs, and it can also hold 3 or 4 across of the 15 quart tubs, and the 15 quart tubs will actually fit in between the 32 quart tubs. So this, to me, is the absolute most versatile, budget conscious rack there is. And on top of that, it is actually cheap. And you can grow it as you go. I'll go over all the money later, or later in this video, but needless to say, go to Lowe's and buy one of these. And it is a 6 shelf rack, and you do specific spacing, and it fits all versions of this tub. And then you buy your heat tape, roughly 40 feet, maybe 50, and you wire it up. You wire it to your thermostat, which is this box for me, and away you go. It works for ball pythons, it works for corn snakes and colubrids and hognose. It works for it even works for dubia roaches. It works for everything. It is not as pretty as the animal plastics rack. It's not as pretty as a freedom breeder rack. And eventually I will want to revert these back to shelves and have a freedom breeder rack that actually runs, that I use, or a ARS, whatever. But until that time, this is my go-to. And some people will say, oh, but you have the lids on it. It's not that big of a hassle. It's really not. Not if you're looking for a budget conscious method. There is also the traditional DIY melamine option. They work. They work very well. A friend of mine made this and he no longer needed it, so he gave it to me. And this is melamine, and it is stupid. This thing's probably 45 pounds by itself, and it's only what, a 2, 4, 6, 8 baby tub rack. I would definitely suggest splurging on the animal plastics, doing a specific size, or growing a rack like this as you go. Alright, guys. Please like and subscribe. Alright, everyone. Time for a little bit of math. These prices were taken on the 22nd of October 2020 and are fairly accurate. So this is going to be fairly quick, but animal plastics is commonly the cheapest, most affordable, entry level, and even long-term plastic. I can't think of the material off the top of my head right now, but that style of rack, you know, cost per pound, it is absolutely high quality and way cheaper than most other alternatives. The downside is you aren't able, or it doesn't come with the tubs, so you have to buy the tubs separately. So for this comparison, we're getting a 9-level combo rack, which covers both the 375 or shoe iris tubs, and then also the 570 tubs, which is the larger size. And 2 packs, so we'll have 20 tubs for the smaller tubs and 6 for that. And you can obviously buy more, but the price only goes up, for a price of $542. And I'll highlight that real quick. Then the rack that I'd build requires 2 6-level wire shelves you can get from Lowe's. That's where these prices came from. Sterilite tubs are from Walmart. They're the blue handled locking style tubs. The lids that just clip on are not sufficient to hold a snake in, and this gives you the proper number of tubs to fill this rack up completely. And it also includes buying 50 feet of 4-inch heat tape, plus the plug adapter from Reptile Basics and the full tape from Reptile Basics as well. And even then, it's what, $26 cheaper than an animal plastics rack already. Now, this is where math nerds go crazy. And beyond that, this is also what makes it affordable. Well, after this is what becomes it affordable. So, animal plastics, 9-tub rack. Best case scenario, you are going to be housing 18 snakes in that rack, which brings it to an average price per tub of $32 or $30.16. Now, our homemade rack, the absolute worst case scenario it can be, is holding 27 snakes. That is 18 adult corn snakes and 9 subadult and or yearling corn snakes, and probably not yearling, probably 8 months corn snakes. That's 27 snakes, which brings you to a worst case cost per tub of $19. Now, what makes this so great? You don't have to buy 2 6 level wire shelves at a time. You can literally just buy one. And you don't have to use the entire thing. You can use 2 levels, 1 level, 3 levels, 4 levels. You can customize this to whatever you need. You only have to buy the amount of heat tape you need to cover per level. You only have to buy the number of tubs that you need. And by the way, this wire shelf will also hold the 52 quart tubs that my bull snakes are in. It is extremely versatile. Now, I'm probably going to do more videos as far as construction, because this is not it's not just a throw it together and it works. You have to have at least a small amount of skill, or at least, quote on air quotes here, common sense. You can actually cause damage. You can cause a short. You can actually hurt things. And also on top of this, this does not include the cost of a thermostat, which you must have. If you don't, you can kill snakes. And that's with an animal plastics rack, a Freedom Breeder rack. It doesn't matter. If it's not on the thermostat, it can kill snakes. So, let's start this off for next week now that our winter prep is done. Let's deep dive down a little bit into this, what I call a grow as you go rack. And let's show off some of its features. Have a good one, guys. Bye.